Something a little different for you today, out of the ordinary. I've got to pick up a new part that was custom made just for the Galaxy. It just so happens that it was made very close to the town I grew up in. Haven't been through that town in a lot of years, and I know a lot of things have changed. So today, we're going to go pick up the new part for the car. I wouldn't call it a speed part as much as speed adjacent. I wanted it specifically to do drag and drive stuff with, this part. So we're going to go pick it up, and on the way there and probably on the way back both, we're going to ride through the area where I grew up at and look at how some things have changed. Some things that are there or not there, and where the old speed shop used to be, and a bunch of stuff. So y'all hang in there. I think it'll be pretty good. Plus, we're getting something pretty cool, and possibly you may want something like this in the future for your vehicle as well, so you'll know where to go to get it. Y'all hang in there.
I'd say it's a nut job.
The closer we get to the area I grew up in, the less homes you see and the more fields and woods you see. For those that don't know, I grew up, and I don't live far from, actually, the Blue Ridge Mountains. I grew up in the mountains, and I still live close enough to them to see them, but it ends up being about a 30-minute drive, really, to get back to that area. Oh, looks like they're clearing out something right there. That's a shame. Hay fields. That's been a hay field ever since I was a little kid. And coming up here in just a second, a piece of my personal history. These fields right here were full of cows. And that right there we always referred to as the peach orchard, because it used to be a peach orchard, and then you had it cleared and made a cow pasture out of it. I don't see the cows in there right now, but they used to be full of cows. There's a lot of land right there. And right up here on the left, in this brick house right here, was the first real boss man I ever had. You'll see it in just a second as we go by. He also owned that little store right there in the fork of the road, by the way. But that right there was the first real boss man I ever had. I don't know what's going on in there right now. He's been passed for several years. Old barn down there I played in when I was a kid. But I worked for that man, working cows. I was driving a flatbed F-350 and towing a 40-foot livestock trailer before I was ever old enough to drive. About 14 years old, I started working for that man, working his cattle, and I was driving a flatbed truck and a 40-foot stock trailer and a 40-foot flat deck trailer hauling hay long before I ever had a driver's license. So a tidbit of Frizzell history there. When I was working them cows, this place right here used to be Mama's Home Cooking, that little building right there. And they sold hot dogs for 25 cents a piece at that time. So I'd stop by there and get a sack full of hot dogs. They'd ride around in the truck with me all day, and I'd munch on hot dogs all day while I worked cows. Wonder why I'm fat today. Right up here around the bend was the only real place you could get any speed parts when I was growing up. The only place to really get any parts when I was growing up. I don't know if the building's anything now or not. I ain't been up here in so many years. I think it's empty. But it was right there. That was J.H. Mills Auto. Doesn't look like it's anything now. When I was growing up as a kid, that was the speed shop. That's where you went and got all your parts, all your hot rod parts, or even your regular car parts. That was it. That was all it were. It was a old wooden floor. It creaked when you walked on it. You know what I mean? And you walked up to an old wooden counter. He had that big long counter full of books up there. And he would dig out the part number and then get the part out. Yeah, I mean, just that experience of, I can still smell it, if that makes any sense. I miss a good old speed shop. Welcome to downtown Liberty, South Carolina. Now, technically downtown consists of a couple of streets, but back in the day, this was the main drag right here. Glad to see they're fixing that old house up. That old house used to belong to a boy named Rooster. And that house that about fell in. It was a beautiful house. This was our only grocery store at the time. It was a Winn-Dixie, which looks like it's now nothing. This doctor's office was not here when I was a kid. The town hall right there, the police station's behind it, and there's the fire department, the dentist office, and a funeral home. And of course, when I was a kid, that was the Liberty Journal right there, newspaper office. That was a furniture store, which apparently is not anything anymore. The bar is still there. Old train depot was right in this area right here. Look like somebody's trying to open a newspaper again, the Liberty Spectrum. Huh. Very interesting. Have not been through here in a lot of years. We're going to take a turn right here. And I can already tell this has changed a lot. This building right here was an old cabinet shop. And then from there down was Liberty Tire Exchange. There's nothing there but grass now. So apparently that's been long gone for a long time. That was a bank. Now it's the Hibachi Express. So the reason old Winn-Dixie went away is because they came over here, which was all wooded, plowed it all up and built a big Ingalls complex thing here. And there was nothing here but trees when I was a kid growing up. This is some of the woods I used to play in, because I was raised right over this hill right here in a house, and I'll show you what's left of the house. I don't know if the house is still standing or not. I think it's it may still be standing. It was just an old cement block house that my daddy built with his own two hands. My daddy was a brick mason all his life. Growing up, this is all part of our land right here. That house was not there. That was a field that we played in and part of our pasture. Our land has long since been cut up and sold off and done all kind of things with. This out through here was part of a pasture we had, and now there's a couple of mobile homes here, and I don't know what and all down in there now. But I grew up in, if you can, yep, it's still there, this old block house right there. I grew up in that. There ain't really much of it. There's the old pasture there. Ain't really much left of it. It's mostly gone now. Kind of sad. I wish I had got the old place, but I didn't. And of course, you can see this road is not flat at all. But if a person was so inclined, there's a double telephone pole right there. From that stop sign to that double telephone pole, theoretically, maybe a quarter of a mile. Now, I don't know why anybody would want to know that, but I'm just saying, theoretically, that may be a quarter of a mile. And shenanigans could have taken place there. Just saying, because at the end of this road, there's nothing here. An old closed down asphalt plant, rock quarry there that closes at 5 o'clock. So there's no traffic on this road down through there. Just saying, in case anybody was curious. That right there is now a house. But when I was a kid, that was one of the roughest, craziest, just unbelievable bar rooms you'd ever seen in your life. When I was a kid growing up, that was the kind of bar where even the police didn't want to go, you know what I mean? But times have changed, and now it's just an old house. Nothing. Wonder if the people who live there know of all the things that happened there. All right, so I'm getting close to this cat's place, and it's made this part for me. Now, this is a one-off custom piece. I'll show it to you in just a minute. It's the only one like it in the world because he made it off of some specs and some prints and things. Well, he made the specs and prints and things. I didn't. I don't want it to sound like I designed any of this. The cat is a mad genius. I told him basically what I was looking for. I told him what I had, the space I had to work with, the measurements that would fit. They building houses in there now. Huh. The measurements that would fit, and told him I didn't have any idea how he'd make it work. He got onto his little computer and started tippy-tapping on it and came up with some ideas. And yeah, he made something really cool, and then sent it to me and asked me if it was okay with me, and I told him it looked wonderful to me. So now we're gonna go pick it up, and it's gonna be a one-off, one of a kind, only one in the world. And you guys are gonna get to see it first. Well, second, I get to see it first, but you know what I mean. All right, guys, we just picked this thing up from my buddy Preston here, and I'm going to show it to you in just a second. I got to get up here to a spot on the road and pull over. I'm not even gonna wait till I got home to show it to you. I'm gonna show it to you right now. I just gotta get a place to pull over. I think that building right there is gonna be our Huckleberry. Y'all hang on for 1 minute and you're gonna get to see it. It's awesome. I'm gonna try to pull over right here. This building right here has a little bit of personal history to me too. I told you earlier that my dad was a brick mason. He actually built this building right here. This right here was Skate Around USA back in the day. It's called Skate Time now, so I guess it's still a place, but back in the day it was Skate Around USA. That's enough of that. Let's take a look at what I got right here. Look at this. An air filter for Legacy. I'm trying to get so you can see it all. An air filter for Legacy. 3D printed, custom made, and look right there in the middle, if we can get a good light on it. Legacy in Old English, just like it's on the car. Oh, I can't wait to get it home and stick it on the car. I'll let y'all see it as soon as we get home. But I'm going to do the Legacy to match the car, so it's going to be in red, white, and blue, just like it is on the side of the car. And look at this thing. Is it not stunning? And it's got pedestals in it to keep it from crushing down. It is amazing. 3D printed, and it's surprisingly how heavy duty this thing is. I mean, you can see it's well made. This thing is absolutely insane. Cannot wait to get home and stick this on the car and show it to you guys. I can't wait to get it home, stick it on the car so I can see it. It is such an awesome piece. I absolutely love the fact that he got Legacy printed right in the center of it like that. I can't even grasp words together how excited I am to see this on the car. This thing is insane, and I wanted it just for the drag and drive stuff, really, because, you know, rocks or anything kicking up, keep stuff out of the carburetor. Going down the track and stuff, I'll run one with nothing on it. Honestly, if I'm just running around town, I don't even run anything on one. But you're going to log, 1,000 miles on the road, you want something. That thing's insane. Let's get home, let's put it on the car, and let you guys see it on the engine. Man, this thing's so cool. All right. We're here. It is now sitting on the engine. You ready for this? Bam! Look at that. Look at that. Legacy, baby. How cool is that? It does its job, but it's compact enough to where I don't have to worry about hood clearance for that teardrop scoop. Man, is that thing not awesome or what? I absolutely love it. Now, there's a couple things that I'm going to do. Just love that thing. A couple things I'm going to do. One is I'm not sure if I'm going to paint this inside or not. I thought about when I first got it painting the inside here gold, leaving the band on the outside black, painting the inside of this gold so it kind of matched. I don't know if I'll do that. But one thing I am going to do is Legacy. The word Legacy will be in red, white, and blue so that it will match the word Legacy on the hips of the car. I guess technically in blue with red trim. I don't know. Anyway, the word Legacy will be painted to match the car. But I don't know if I want to paint this in here or not. I kind of do. This shiny you see here is glue. This is two separate pieces. This piece right here is different than this piece. But I kind of want to paint it, but I don't know that I do. Man, that is cool. And it's got a cool shape to it. I kind of like that egg shape to it. Custom one-off air cleaner for Legacy. Man, and I got to come up with some kind of cool. I'm not going to just use a standard wing nut on this. It's too cool. I'm going to come up with something for wing nuts on this thing. I just don't know what yet. Stay tuned on that part. But that right there should definitely keep anything out of the carburetors for the drag and drive. Man, I love that thing. I am absolutely in love with this thing. It turned out so spot on perfect. The fact that the car name is part of that is absolutely insane. That is a reusable filter, so it can be cleaned and put back in there. So in theory, it's a one-time deal. Man, that thing looks so freaking incredible on there. I absolutely love it. I got to thank my buddy for putting his time and effort into designing that and making that. That's 3D printed out of ABS plastic. Oh, I can't even. Man, that thing is so awesome. If y'all want something like that, reach out to my boy, Preston Anderson. Look him up on Facebook. He'll be easy to find. He made that for me, and I am absolutely stoked over this thing. The only thing I need to decide, and y'all help me out with it, is do I paint it? Not the whole thing, but the insert piece in the middle. Just this part. Leave the outside trim just like it is. Leave this just like it is. And, of course, I'm going to do the red, white, and blue thing in the word Legacy, or at least red and blue or something in the word Legacy. But just this part right here, this flat surface, do I paint that? And if I do I paint it gold and go that route? Do I use some of that chrome-looking paint, paint it chrome? Do I leave it alone? Do I just leave it the way it is? You tell me what you think. Honestly, I freaking love it. My mind's going to 1,000 places now what I could do with that thing like gold would be cool because it matched the valve covers, even though they need another coat. Maybe I do some of that, I don't know. Do I do gold? Do I do silver, chrome? Do I do white? Matches the car. Do a white insert, a really, really high quality white paint inside there so it's white on top and matches the car. And then if I done Legacy, the same as this, it would literally look like the hip of the car turned and put on top of there. That's an idea. I don't know. My mind's going 1,000 miles an hour. I got to end this video because I want to play with my new toy. Guys, thank you so much for watching, liking, sharing, subscribing. You guys that subscribe, share, you're rock stars because you make it possible for this channel to grow. I also want to thank all of our Penny Club members. You guys are absolutely phenomenal. If you don't know what that is, you can join the channel. I'll put a link in the description. It costs 99 cents a month. It honestly, I do some shorts and things there, and I will give some early access to some videos there as time goes on. But really, honestly and truly, it's just a way for you to support the channel. And for me to do cool things like this. This is incredible. I've never considered 3D printing on something like this before, so this thing turned out absolutely over the top phenomenal. I am in love with this thing. So yeah, Preston killed it on this. I absolutely love this thing. So anyway, I don't know where I was at. I got to end the video because I'm excited to have a new toy to play with. God bless you guys. I hope the Lord bless you more today than he did yesterday. Him be the glory. Guys, we'll see you on the next one. And this, yeah, wow.
I'd say it's a nut job.